Alright, welcome back to my round 2 previews. Today, we're going to preview Carolina and Tampa Bay. Now, I'm very excited for this one because it's two very potent offensive teams going against each other. Good goaltending, good defense. We'll see what this series entails. Of course, the other two matchups have not been decided yet, so these are just my guesses to what the second round matchup will be. I'll change this screen if the matchups change. So here's my bracket again. As you know, today I'm doing a preview Carolina and Tampa. Did not predict Tampa to come out of the first round, so bracket busted. But I did predict Carolina correctly, and we'll see if Carolina still moves to the third round, in my opinion now. Here we go, Carolina and Tampa Bay. Game 1 is Sunday, May 30th in Carolina at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's go over the numbers and then go over the storylines. Carolina, 36-12-8, 80 points. They beat the Predators in 6 games. Very tight 6 games. 4 straight overtime games. They scored 22 goals and allowed 16. Their points leaders, Sebastian Aho had 7 points, 5 goals. Jordan Staal, 5 points. Marty Necas, 5 points. Brock McGinn, 4 points. Hamilton and Pesce, 4 points. Nedeljkovic has played to his potential with some solid goaltending. 4-2, .922 save percentage. Power play, 21.1%, 8th in the league in the playoffs. Penalty killing, 88.5%, 3rd in the playoffs. And the season series was tied 4-4 with an 18-15 goals edge to Carolina. For Tampa Bay, 36-17-3 in the regular season, 75 points. They will be the road team to start. Florida, they beat Florida in 6 games. They scored 24 goals, which is, I believe, league leading, and allowed 17. Points leaders, Nikita Kucherov, 11 points in 6 games. Alex Killorn, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Steven Stamkos, 8 points. Victor Hedman, 8 assists. And Brett Point, 6 points. Andrei Vasilevsky, in goal, 4-2. 2.64 goals in stat average, which is a little bit higher than we've seen from Vasilevsky. But he still has a .929 save percentage because he faced a lot of shots. Their power play, 40%. Second only to Colorado. Penalty killing, 72.7%, 13th in the league. Alright. So, the defending Stanley Cup champion, Tampa Bay Lightning, back in the hunt. And it was a difficult year for Tampa Bay, with Nikita Kucherov being injured. They put him on long-term injured reserve long enough to postpone the salary cap hit for a full season. That is devious and genius. A little unfair. Of course, we don't know if they actually did that, but yeah, they did it without Kucherov. They made the playoffs without him, and they also did it without Steven Stamkos. And this is a quick turnaround for the Canes after they finished up the Nashville Predators in 6 games, and I bet they're tired after 4 straight overtime games. Now, these two teams are pretty close when it comes to scoring goals. 24 goals for Tampa, 22 for Carolina. Both of these teams know how to score, and by putting Kucherov in the lineup, he's done very well. Brayden Point, Alex Killorn has 4 goals. Kucherov Stamkos have 3. Anthony Cirelli, Yanni Gourde, Andre Palat, Ross Colton, 2 apiece. So very decent depth. But they do not have a defense goal yet. But that doesn't matter because defensemen have been great playmakers so far. For the Canes, they'll definitely have to rely on their defense and Nedeljkovic to try to stop Tampa Bay's offense. Now, Tampa Bay power play, 40%, just second to Colorado. The first unit of Stamkos, Kucherov, Point, Hedman, and Killorn have been very fun to watch indeed. But maybe because of Florida's lack of defense at times, that Tampa Bay was able to take advantage. Part of the series against Nashville that made the Hurricanes very frustrated was the disparity in penalties. It did seem that the Predators goaded the Canes into retaliatory penalties. The Predators had the calls go their way a lot of the times. It did get Rod Brind'Amour a little bit upset. And so the Canes will need to keep their composure. They will need to try to avoid the penalty box, of course. Now, goaltending, very interesting story here. So last year, Andrei Vasilevskiy in the playoffs had a 1.9 goals against average and a .941 save percentage. In this year's round 1, against a very talented offensive club in Florida, the numbers weren't so Vasilevskiy-like. He's allowed 16 goals in 6 games. Granted, he's faced a lot of shots, so his save percentage is still very high, but at 2.64 goals against average. His 16 goals allowed are third most in the playoffs to date, just behind Jari and Saros. Both have been eliminated. With the Canes, top scoring units still finding their footing in these playoffs, we will see if Vasilevskiy can shut them down. Alright, so season series. Canes went 4-3-1. Pretty evenly matched series. 2 shutout wins for Carolina, 1 for Tampa Bay. Pretty contested games, close games. So my prediction here, of course, is going to be a close series. I'm going to go with Carolina in 7. This year, Vasilevskiy does not look as dominant. Yes, he's still very good. Definitely. He's a big reason why they beat Florida. But I think Nedeljkovic stands a pretty good chance against outplaying Vasilevskiy this year. The key thing for Carolina is, are they going to be able to stop Kucherov, Killorn, Stamkos, and that power play from getting their chances? Penalty killing has been good for Carolina, so can they stop their power play? All that stuff. I think Carolina, with their young group of players, can be very chippy and annoying against Tampa. And with their fans in Carolina as well, I do believe Carolina can hold the fort at home. And with their home ice advantage, if they win all their home games, that will be the 4 games they need in the series. Do I believe that the teams will just hold serve and win all their home games? I'm not sure. I do believe the home ice advantage does favor Carolina here, because their fans are ever more exciting to watch. With their carefree personalities, even on their social media pages, I feel like carefreeness always seems to create somewhat better hockey than stressed, serious hockey. So we will see. I'm rooting for Carolina all the way here, but it's going to be close. Alright, so that's going to be it for the preview. We have 2 more to go. Those will get decided soon with Game 7 of Vegas and Minnesota happening very soon. And Toronto and Montreal, Game 6 will be tomorrow. It's going to be a very good rest of round 1. And we have a recap coming on Sunday, a full recap of the week, and of course, 2 more previews coming up. Alright, thanks for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the hockey.